I'm traveling for the first time in over 2 years outside of Vietnam to Phnom Penh, Cambodia. What will moving through airports and visiting another country feel like in today's pandemic reality? Will it be frustrating or disappointing? I'm banking on euphoric. I'm John Sabot, and these are my Far East travels. So it's 8 a.m. I'm at Da Nang Airport. I haven't had much sleep. I moved to a new place yesterday, and right in behind my building, this rooster started up about 3:30 in the morning. So I'm a little bit groggy. We're due to leave here about 10 a.m. for Ho Chi Minh City. Arrive Ho Chi Minh City around 11:40. Bit of a layover there. Depart Ho Chi Minh City or Saigon about 4 p.m. Arrive Phnom Penh, Cambodia about 5. Let's see how it all unfolds. Traveling within Vietnam has been fairly seamless for several months now, with nothing more than checking in with the PC COVID app and making a health declaration. Currently, Cambodia is the easiest country in Southeast Asia to enter with only proof of vaccination with a paper certificate. No negative test required and no testing on arrival, and visas on arrival are also being issued again. On this trip, I have a Cambodian visa already pasted in my passport, so that should make it even easier to enter the kingdom.
We are now on descent, and the weather reported from Ho Chi Minh City. Cloudy weather on descent. This morning, ground temperature 32 degrees Celsius. Thank you for joining us today. We wish you have a pleasant stay in Ho Chi Minh City. Thank you.
I'm traveling on a holiday-long weekend in Vietnam, so delays are expected. We were late by about 30 minutes leaving Da Nang Airport, and our flight was delayed for about 15 minutes from Ho Chi Minh to Phnom Penh. It's actually a short flight, though, only 30 minutes. Exiting Vietnam at Tan Son Nhat Airport was seamless, and we were only required to show a hard copy of our vaccination certificate and our PC COVID app before receiving our boarding passes. This was feeling almost like a pre-pandemic trip, probably because I'm conditioned like most now to flash or scan my COVID app and keep a copy of my vaccination certificate with me. With vaccination certificate in hand, along with my passport and Cambodian visa, moving through immigration and customs at Phnom Penh International Airport was swift. One officer checked my vaccination certificate, and I was through the line at immigration and customs within 5 minutes. Arriving during the weekend afternoon rush, however, was brutal. Pre-dinner beers went over well before a big meal and a restful sleep after a long day. I only had one full day in Phnom Penh before I had to make the return trip back to Da Nang. So there was no time for exploring new things, enough time just for a safe bet. So via auto rickshaw, it was back to the familiar sights that ignited my interest in anything and everything Khmer and Cambodian over 7 years ago. Architecture, people, food, markets, landmarks. Safe and guaranteed to satisfy a longing to travel again. Not one foreigner in sight at the Sar Cha market at Riverside. It's messy, busy, local, and just the atmosphere I was looking for to reconnect with the city. The Khmer New Year was less than a week away, a time when many people go back to their hometown or village to celebrate. Despite that, there still seemed to be a steady buzz of locals shopping. Well, this is only an observation after walking around Phnom Penh for a couple of hours, but in my short time here, it does seem like a very different city, less aggressive. You can see a lot of places are closed, and just a very much less a tourist vibe than pre-pandemic. And probably kind of nice if you want something a little more relaxed and want to enjoy some of these places and walk around without being hassled too much. Now could be a great time for you to visit Phnom Penh. I'm really enjoying this right now. And my brown coffee. What do you do when you only have one day in a city? I've seen all of the sights of Phnom Penh on past trips, so walking and appreciating local street life was the best way for me to get reacquainted with an old friend. Walking through the Central Market, the coolest building in Southeast Asia and one of the top tourist attractions of the city, revealed that tourism still may be on a longer road to recovery than hoped. No French tour groups or busloads of visitors yet, but unlike Ho Chi Minh City's Bentan Market, Phnom Penh's Central Market has a strong enough local following that makes it appear to be still a pretty vibrant place. I'm loving traveling again, even for just the simple things, like seeing different faces, sounds and attitudes, signs and vehicles. The lovely riverside and royal palace, and how when I first saw this place, I wondered how anyone could question why this was called the Pearl of Asia, even if this pearl is currently getting a little polishing. Travel is and will always be the great joy of my life. How do you make one day memorable and meaningful? In Phnom Penh, a sunset boat cruise just might soothe the soul and hunger for travel experiences this past 2 frustrating years has caused, and give this beautiful day the fine luster finish it deserves. For as little as $5, you can hop on one of these boats that are still running and enjoy a sunset on the Tonle Sap and Mekong rivers. They'll even throw in a beer. To say it's unbelievable what we've been put through this past 2 years would definitely win an award for the biggest understatement of the century. It's looking so far like a somewhat slow return in Southeast Asia to the tourist numbers of pre-pandemic days. All I have to say is I'm overjoyed to be traveling again, grateful for the time I've had this past 2 years to appreciate where I have been, and I'm looking forward to more incredible experiences in one of my favorite places on the planet, Asia. This has been a really great trip. Probably one of the most important things that's happened to me is just my reinvigoration and passion for travel, having been staying in one country for so long compared with other years that I've been living in Asia. You know, Phnom Penh is not what it was pre-pandemic, but everything's still here. It's everything I think you'd want it to be. It certainly has been for me, and I've really enjoyed this visit to Phnom Penh. But my journey's not over yet. I've got to board a bus in a few minutes and take a ride with a group down to the Mokbai border. You may be wondering, why are you driving? Why not just fly back to Vietnam? Well, because the demand for travel in this part of the world is still moving at a slow pace, there just weren't any suitable return flights to Vietnam. So we're taking the classic road trip through to the Mokbai border gate back into Vietnam, an approximate 4 to 5 hour drive. There are some interesting sights along the way, including this impressive view of the Mekong from the Subasa Bridge, locally known as the Neak Luang Bridge, a gift from the Japanese government that was opened to traffic in 2015. It's the longest bridge over the Mekong in Cambodia. Strangely, it seems the local authorities don't mind if you stop for photos or even arrest. It's just the way they roll here. The large casinos with Chinese signs means we've arrived at the Bavat Mokbai border.
Currently, to enter Vietnam, you must have a visa or an approval letter in the case of a business visa in hand, along with a negative COVID test. Visas on arrival exemptions are limited to only a few countries at the moment. You can get a quick test at the border. Depending on the lineup, it can take 30 minutes or longer before you receive your results. You'll also be required to make a health declaration on the National Health website. With only 90 minutes to reach Tan Son Nhat Airport in Ho Chi Minh City and the last flight that evening to Da Nang, we made it just in time. Seats are filling up these days on regional flights, with many Vietnamese back to traveling, especially on the holiday weekends. This trip was a complete success. I'm tired, but inside, that burning desire to be on the road again won't keep me still for long. It's just something most of us can't live long without.
Hey, thanks so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, thumbs up please. There's more videos from East Asia, Southeast Asia, and South Asia, so do subscribe to the channel. If you want to support the channel, of course, that would be super cool. There's a couple of links in the video description below. Check those out. Anything, everything, always appreciated. Thank you so much. Now, as you can see, tons of room on the beach. We're waiting for you to return to Vietnam and the rest of Asia, so hope to see you soon. And of course, in the future, I wish you safe travels. Namaste, Tashi Delay, and peace from Vietnam.